Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you my Oris Cervo Volante, Oris Big Crown Pointer de Cervo Volante, which is quite a mouthful, to say the name, and don't even get me started on the reference number because, I'll put it in the description, but I'm not going to say it here. Here, the motto of Oris, go your own way. In case that you don't know the story from Oris, they are a very well established Swiss brand that has been existing since 1906, if I'm not mistaken. So, more than 100 years. And this model in particular has also been around for, shy of 100 years. It was introduced in the 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Here you have the pouch with the warranty card, and here you have the watch pouch as well. A little Cervo Volante note there, which explains a little bit more about the watch, but I'll get into that on my own, so I'll save you the time. Here you have it. Quick specs. We're talking about a 38 millimeter diameter watch, 46 millimeters lug to lug, 19 millimeters lug width, a big sign crown of, as the name implies, big crown of 7.3 millimeters and a total height of 12.5 millimeters, but that is inclusive of that beautiful domed sapphire. You can already see there, the special distortion that you can get in there. Now, a little bit of story about this watch in particular, the Cervo Volante. In Switzerland, they have a lot of deers around, and yearly they have a culling of the wild population because otherwise things go a little bit crazy. The company Cervo Volante has taken notice of this one, and they realized that there was a lot of material that just went to waste because nobody did anything with said deers. So they decided to get into that, make a sustainable effort, and they produce leather products on their own. Oris, which is also quite famous for their conservation efforts, partnered with them, and this is basically what they are doing. This strap that you're seeing here, also the pouches, are made of wild deer skin, wild deer hide. You can also see the little imperfections that you have. This one has actually been rather nice, but this is because it is from a wild animal. They've kept those imperfections because they thought that it gives it a little bit more, personality. I have to say that I agree. And that's the story. That's the point. When we're talking about the watch itself, this was a pilot's watch, if I am not mistaken. However, I just don't see it as a pilot watch. I mean, the coin bezel is just a little bit more on the dressier side. If you ask me, the cathedral hands also as well. And the interesting thing about the big crown pointer date lane is that, as you can see, the date is there, indicated by a fourth hand, which is a little bit special thing that Oris does with this one. And in my opinion, this is the way that a lot more brands should do it, because it just keeps the dial so symmetric, so clean, so beautiful. Also, the little pop of color. The Cervo Volante colors are inspired by the Alps and what you can find in the Alps. So you have some green for the trees. You also have a blue one. So I don't know, maybe that's related to the glaciers. And then you have this gray one, which just reminds you of the stones in the mountains. From the three of them, I do believe that this one is the most versatile. I do believe that is the one that you can just pretty much pair up with everything. But I do have to say that the other ones are a little bit more, let's say, fun and playful. Nevertheless, this watch is great. The art deco that they have there, everybody mentions the 4. I also am going to mention the 4 because you can see that it's just very unique. It's a very recognizable thing. It has, as mentioned, a lot of heritage, so any watch connoisseur will see this one and will appreciate it. It's a very busy dial if you consider that you have all the dates there, then you have the railroad markers, then you have 4 hands, then you have the text Oris, Big Crown Automatic, Swiss made, and yet it just feels so clean. It just feels so elegant. It's such a great movement. By the way, regarding movement, this is the Oris 754 caliber, and if I am not mistaken, yeah, there you go, 754. This is based on the Celita SW200 or based on the ETA 2894, depending on how you see it. But it offers you 38 hours of power reserve and 28K of beats. You can see there how smooth this goes. Also, a very interesting thing, this is a screw down crown, so it does give you a little bit more of water resistance, but the water resistance is still quite shy at 5 atmospheres, if I am not mistaken, and if I'm just forgetting anything. As always, feel free to point out everything in the comments, because I try to make the content not so much about the specs of the watch or about the little details of that stuff, but mostly about the watch, how it feels, what's the brand, what's the story behind it. I mean, as mentioned, this is a pilot's watch, or was originally a pilot's watch, but I just don't really see it, if I'm honest with you. You have some very light, soft brushing on the top side of lugs, but you have high polish on the sides. I definitely need to do something with this one and polish it a little bit more, or keeping it clean. And polish is not really something that you see on pilot watches, because obviously it just reflects a lot of light, which is not something that you want to do. Quick wrist check, my Formex Essence 39 in black, really lovely piece. Need to do something about it as well. And this is how the watch looks on wrist. Again, my wrist is 6.5 inches, or if you would rather think in centimeters, 16.5 centimeters. So more on the slim side, but for the 38 millimeters, I just think that it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fit. It just feels even a little sporty, but it's not sporty. It's just more on the classic side, not also necessarily dressy, not Gata watch. It's just unique. It's very Oris. It's probably these two would be the best watches that you can get under 2K, which is also something worth mentioning. Oris lists this watch at 2,250 euros, a little bit less in dollars, obviously, but Oris is also well known for being able to be had at a lower price. So check with your AD when it comes to this one, because you can definitely most likely find a sweet deal. Another one last thing that I would like to mention about this watch is that the strap itself tapers down to only 15 millimeters, which is something that I don't entirely dislike, but I do feel like maybe Oris was aiming to position this one on the unisex size, because I can definitely see smaller wrists, like female wrist, using this watch as well. Don't dislike it, but I mean, I rather have a more chunky strap, chunky width, to just make it feel a little bit more powerful. It's just a little nitpick that I have, nothing other than that, because I really love this watch. I can't really find any flaws there. The dial is just great, how it has that fume from the light gray to the dark gray on the edges. Just pairs up super well with the strap. It is so elegant. The hands, I love cathedral hands. They're just something that you don't see that often, and they are really old-timey, but gotta love some nice cathedral hands. The lume is actually a little bit weak, not going to lie to you guys, and it's mostly just present on the hands. The indices also have a little bit of lume, same as there, but it doesn't shine as bright as the hands do. The date hand has no lume whatsoever, and the second hand either, but I forgive it. I definitely have no issues with that one. As mentioned, I do think that this is a great piece, and probably the best one that you can get in the price range, bar none, compared to anything in the same bracket. So that's it. This is my Oris. I hope that you liked it. Feel free, as always, to drop me a comment. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me if there's anything that you would like to talk about. or subscribe, because I would love to keep making content, and the more people I know that like it, then the more motivated I am to moving forward. That's it, guys. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.